Flavor is in full bloom at HelloFresh. Enjoy the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe seasonal ingredients and delivered right to your door. Get 16 free meals plus free shipping with code TBTB16
TBTB16
at HelloFresh.com/TBTB16.
TBTB16.
Hello, y'all. We're tired. I just want to let y'all know that up top. But this is the Bald and the Beautiful podcast.
Boom.
I am Melissa.
I'm Kevin Allen Fredericks III.
I'm Angel.
Tanksley
In the building.
in the building.
And I'm the only one on this panel that's in her 30s. And I just want to make sure that
The shade.
Wow.
I just want to make sure that is known.
Today is the only day.
I don't care. I'll be old acting.
Today is the only day that she's admitted that she's in her 30s because you've been putting yourself in your 40s. She's like, being 40 years old. I'd be like, when?
I've been 40. But today,
in your 40s.
I am 39.
The shade of it all,
Listen
man.
to me. I just want y'all to know that.
You said y'all be on Metamucil.
We do.
Keep your regular.
Yes, and I just although my body doesn't feel that way, but I just want to let it be known that today
You millennials.
I got about 60
y'all don't know what it was
days.
like.
You got 60? You do.
I got about 60 days.
Oh, my
like
goodness.
62.
It ain't even 16.
What you mean?
It's all right. We're going to unplug the amps and turn off the lights to welcome you into your 40s. It ain't no fun, though. Like, y'all turn the Melissa coming, y'all. Turn the music off.
How you trying to celebrate your 40th? What you doing?
You know what? I have absolutely nothing planned.
You went to Dubai.
Because we went to Dubai.
Right.
That was everything.
And
Birthday,
that's from now to the end of the year. All
Isaiah's
the things.
graduation, their first son's christening.
Listen.
Was he there?
Everything.
Yes,
Lamar's Sweet 16.
I
all
don't
that
know
was
if we
Dubai.
gonna even be here on your birthday.
You ain't gonna be here. Y'all want a gallivant? Have
Where
big
y'all-
fun
y'all
down
gonna
in
be at
Baltimore.
ABFF?
Hold up.
No.
You can't say that after you just said you was in Dubai.
Come
Marcus,
on.
That was months ago.
He said, listen, these brokes, leave them behind. We are going to be on our anniversary trip, I think. Yes.
very nice.
But we still going to celebrate you. Just have a reasonably
even-
priced
It's
event
gonna be
we can
reasonably
go.
priced because Dubai is all done. Okay, it is taken. I literally, I apologize, Patreon, because I know y'all hear the same stories over and over and over and over again. I just want to say I'm sorry. But I was saying that traveling with Tabitha Brown is like literally being taken to the second location over and over and over again. Like, that Oprah, don't go to the second location. Like because everything is like so private and exclusive that, bump new to this. I never experienced this in my life. Yeah. So I'm literally like, can I see my bag? Like, I know they pay you to take it,
I
but
don't
like,
want nobody to take my passport. I started sweating.
and
I
I'm
would've
normally
too.
really cool about, but I was like, yo, like, I don't want to get stuck. Can can you give it back?
I want when I
Need my
check in
bags, too. Don't carry my bags.
Listen, everything.
Yeah.
And
When
they
you check
just
into
kind of
the-
swarm you too.
The foreign hotel, you got to hand your passport. I'll be looking at them.
Right.
And hand it back. Or I have to go to the
And they
embassy.
go. And then they come back, but it'd be like 30 minutes later. It's just a little like nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just not used to it. It was my first time. So I was very much like being very
came out?
ghetto and asking the people,
No.
why
you
did
gotta
he
do
take
it.
my back? When will he be back? I just
Right.
want to make sure.
Right. Can I go with him? Can
Yeah,
we be
I just-
friends?
I
That
just
didn't
wanna
mean
make
that. You can
sure.
tell he ain't never been nowhere. Here, give me. I can roll that.
Listen
you know?
to me. I'm very much that way. It's okay. He doesn't have to take it.
Right.
I'll hold
I
it.
can roll that.
I'll take it. Don't worry.
Listen, I made a copy for you so you don't have to take
Yes,
my original.
No,
exactly.
that's actual ones because you can only get one at one time. You're
Right.
lucky I can do that. 'Cause
Listen.
I'd have two. I'd have a backup in my other pocket.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyway, we are on. We're talking about.
Couples
Thank
therapy.
you. We're talking about couples therapy, season 3, part 2. So we're talking about episodes 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
Yep.
Okay. And let's get into it. I watched them again this morning. And actually, before we get started, one of the things, let me pull up my notes. One of the things that she talked about with, don't do it, make it all at once. Okay, let's start talking about Sean and Erica.
Wow.
As Asian black man.
That
Yes.
is,
Asian
I'm not
black
the
man.
right therapist for you.
That happened starting at episode 13.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of that episode.
I loved it.
She was like, yeah, so this is no longer. Oh, also, I know you guys have been watching this and you guys are just as addicted to the show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So hopefully you get it. But yeah, so she tells this couple, I'm not the right therapist for you.
I was shocked to see her get there.
I was too.
But
made
this
sense,
shows how far into these seasons that she is. Because the first season that I watched, there was a dude, and I'm like, why is she? She said it to her therapist, like, I can't deal with him. So to see her get there this quick
I see what you're saying.
with this dude, I'm just like, oh.
That was 4 episodes, 4 sessions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She finished their session off, and I'm like, girl, I'd have told him kick rocks
Yeah.
a long time ago. And this dude ain't nearly as bad as I feel like the other dude was.
When she had first got the show,
The other dude was like, leave. I don't know why she don't leave. But so I get it. I like this dude. He don't even see the problem to skate around it.
Let me tell you what this dude does, Marcus.
I'm talking, Kevin.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Sean. My wife's anger knocked that down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why her anger would make me knock that down. If she wasn't so mad, I wouldn't knock that down. It'd be like the way he connects anything to her. He peed on himself a little bit. If my wife wasn't mad at me, I would have known how to put my penis away after I was done.
That's literally what
Them
he
three
does.
little dots wouldn't be in there.
Nah, go ahead.
I was glad to see her peer group, though, call her out.
Man.
Yeah.
Because they were like, how'd he shut you down so
Man.
quick? And you could
Couldn't
see,
find empathy for him.
right, you could see her heavy level of bias, which I can understand. There's no way I could be a therapist because I would just be drilling on the person that I thought was wrong. I'd be like, that's all right. You the problem. Let's fix it. But there was an extreme amount of bias that I could tell that she had towards him. So I was glad that they were just like, wait a minute, how come you can't look at this from a different angle and show some warmth to him? And she was just like, yeah.
She was fussing with them.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all not meeting me where I am.
Right.
On the empathy tip.
That is when she said that, I was like, oh my God, that is very much me. Like, she was like, you guys are offering me hope. You guys are offering me a different perspective. Right now, I want you to wallow in the fact that I'm frustrated.
Right.
feel
And
that
I
in
am
your body?
angry. What?
Where do you feel that in your body?
See, I don't want to do that though. Because I don't always be feeling it in my body. I be feeling it in my mind because I want to cuss you out.
I be feeling it in my mind.
But I felt her, but also it was really good. Like that whole peer group session.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's so amazing to be able to like have people really legitimately call you out. And their suggestion helped.
It did.
The bald-headed white dude was like, ignore him.
Yes.
Just ignore. And it was so funny that he didn't know that was her approach.
Yeah.
So he was talking to her and he was like, yeah, that's what I think. She was like, yeah. So anyway, when I was
Back to
saying,
her.
he was like, oh, I want to say words too now.
Because her approach wouldn't have worked on me either.
I'm happy you said that. I want to talk about that.
We're not going to keep every time I bring up something. You're not going to go back into the yearbook. You're not going back to the photo album. Let's talk about this. Yes, let's talk about this shit right here, right now. That would eventually shut me down from like feeling like she was going to be helpful. So I love that she went towards her, which as the Erica began to have revelations, I think it made him be like, oh, well, I can give you some of the pieces to help connect. But that drilling, that would like turn me off immediately.
Do you think it would have been a drilling if like the first question or two he would have been able to get to?
Oh yeah, he's a
the way
dick.
she had like, so tell me about this without including her.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I feel like this is because that wasn't what I just asked you.
That's what it really felt like. It felt like he could not separate the two, and her asking him over and over and over again, she was going to keep getting the same result. One, because he was gaslighting and trying to avoid taking on responsibility. But two, I think he honestly believes the crap coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, he does.
So it's just like,
to.
oh, absolutely.
He speaks with such conviction. Like they say you can gaslight somebody without doing it on purpose. And I'm not even saying he's gaslighting her on purpose or on accident. But you can see he believes he is completely in the right.
Yeah.
She is completely in the wrong. Even though he cheat, like I be going back and be like, he cheated on her, right? because he
Right.
makes her the bad guy.
Right.
Oh my God, I cheated on her, and that's all she want to do is be mad about it. I can't do nothing about that. She was like, but you never did. You never even let her talk about it because all she's gonna do is talk about it.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Yes, because you cheated on her, and it don't look like he ever let her even be mad.
Right.
He just jumped to
That was
well, how do we
last
fix
night.
it?
Why are you still on it? God, it's Tuesday already.
Yeah, he's definitely about, and I am that type of person of, no. Then how we fix this? Well, okay, you very much so. There needs to be some actionable things happening, and if not, okay, we're gonna talk about it a couple of times, but after that, this is where we're going to be
But
at.
do you think if you had done something as heavy as that, you would still be that way?
I would recognize the gravity of it. There's where he and I differ. I would recognize and feel terrible about it, but then there's also the part of, if we're going to rehash, then maybe you're not going to be able to ever forgive me, and you have every right not to, but then we won't be together.
So you're Sean.
No, but the difference is I'll say I'm sorry and no, I'm wrong. He's like, her anger. I've been like, no, I was just
Your
terrible.
penis.
I was terrible.
She told you to jack off, and you were like, Colombian sex. I'm going to take $40.
Right.
We jack off. There's a big difference between
Huge difference.
take care of
It's
yourself.
better
Yes.
when it's somebody else's hand and other things.
Right.
But I had $40. Why would I jack off if I had
And
$40?
Colombian women were available.
They were available, and they came with tapas, patatas bravas.
I want to go back.
Go ahead. No,
I was
please.
going to say, I want to go back to
Keep
this point of differences in approach. I really think this is really important. I was literally having this conversation with another couple. They were talking about therapy or whatever, and I was telling them how important it is to understand that therapists have different
approaches. Yeah.
And so you really should, like, of course, I didn't know this in finding my therapist, but like, you really should at least have an understanding of the approaches to therapy, so you might have an idea of what might work best with you, because finding a therapist is hard enough. And then also trying to figure out, do I not like you or do I not like your approach is
Right.
also something. And so her saying, like, I think you guys might need a behavioral therapist where she's more introspective. Our therapist has an emotionally focused standpoint, because like I said, I don't want to feel often, and I feel very deeply, but often I don't want to feel.
Same.
I get real heady about it. So like, I'd rather like intellectualize my feelings instead of
Absolutely.
feeling my feelings. Literally just yesterday we were having a conversation, and I was like, I feel like I said how I feel, and she was like, yeah, you kind of didn't. You kind of basically gave a list of like what you don't want to see, and that's not like really sharing your feelings. And I was like, oh,
You said, you just going to tell me what I did.
hold on a second. I wasn't really ready for that. And it comes out, it actually, this kind of ties to the other couple,
It kind of ties to our
Brock and
sponsor,
Christy, and it ties to our
BetterHelp. And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. As you all know, you get to spend time on yourself occasionally during the week, but a lot of times, especially as a parent, you spend a lot more time on other people, taking care of other people, making sure everybody is together, ready, and has what they need. But how do you balance the two? How do you make time for yourself while also taking care of responsibilities that are outside of you? It can be so easy to get caught up into everyone else's needs that you don't take a moment to think about what you need. I have to be very intentional about taking care of myself. And I know some people can think that is selfish, but let me tell you, you only got your one self. You don't get another one. So unless you're taking care of it, it's going to go to the wayside. And that's something with me getting therapy. That was me intentionally trying to take care of myself. Now, when we spend all of our time giving out, it can leave us feeling stretched thin and burnt out. And therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. Truly, I was just telling our other podcast, I did this random get-together on Friday on Cinco de Mayo. Invited some girlfriends over via IG stories. And everybody stayed over at my house until about 3 a.m. in the morning. We were chatting it up. I felt so good after that day, because a part of what taking care of me looks like is filling my cup with other people that I care about and just welcoming them into my home. And that's something due to the pandemic I had gotten away from, and I was wondering why I was feeling so drained and not feeling like full of life. So that was a goal that I actually set with my therapist. So if you are thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's actually all online, and it's convenient, flexible, and it will fit into your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. And like Melissa was saying, sometimes certain people's approach might not be the best approach for you. So with BetterHelp, you can switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
Today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
You know you walk through the camera.
Last week you did it.
I thought
Single
it was
them out,
on y'all.
Josh.
It
Single
is.
camera,
It is.
Melissa.
This is
be
our
kept every
camera.
time.
Camera. I always
This be
think it's
kept
this
every
camera.
time. Is it on y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. The slower.
They come back.
I'm very tired.
We get it. I was like, is he walking right in
In
front
my
of my
mind,
camera?
it was this camera.
Is that one? It's
It
that
is
one.
this camera. So it's this one.
Yes, you have to walk behind it. You could do it though.
Let me practice.
That is so
Yo,
funny.
Angel, don't send him.
He did it.
He's not gonna do that the next time you.
You're right. You're right.
That is so
They're
funny.
gonna
okay.
see us tumble over.
Never a step below.
Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, one of the things.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Sorry.
That's so funny, guys. Yeah, what we were talking about.
Produce podcast the same way. Get back to what we
No,
supposed to be talking
actually,
about.
I like the tangents because it makes sure we hit the time. But I didn't really. It just came out funnier than I intended.
Oh, but finish your thought. I cut in because I was trying to hit the ad time. Sorry.
The funny thing is that during that session, one of the things our therapist always says is because when you are expressing, for not everybody, but for some people, when you're expressing frustration, I'm definitely one of those people. When I'm expressing frustration or sadness or like whatever, I often don't want to have like a fix right away as much as she always says, like, what does she say? Get in the pit. The hole. Get in the hole. She's asking
like
you to
get in the hole,
yeah.
too.
Of course, you left that thing wide open, Melissa.
Hey,
I did.
That's what
She said, that's why I was like,
said. I love to get in the hole with you.
get into the pit with her because I do like to feel, otherwise it can feel, not obviously for everybody, but I know for me it can feel very dismissive. And so I I want you to like validate and like acknowledge like, dang, that does suck. So I
That's
can
what
say
that-
it does suck.
She being our therapist showed me a comic strip, and it was like what you're doing is like Melissa fell in the hole and there's a ladder or whatever, a rope.
Yeah.
And I would throw the rope and I'd be like, "Hey, grab
Come
the
on.
rope. I'm going to help you up." And she was like, "What you want to do is put a ladder down there and go down there and be like, we're in a hole."
Yeah, I
This
am
hole
definitely
sucks.
a rope person, and I have to intentionally. There's specific friends that I know are like exactly like you. So when they come to me, I have to like turn off that part of my brain, and I'm just like, it sucks. And you know what else sucks? That too. I get it, and it is
They'd
against
be like, yeah.
everything. It's against everything in me because I'm like, no, we're gonna make this better right now because this is some foolishness. That is what I naturally want to do. Is we gonna make the situation better. But I know some people don't like it, so I try not to.
Like it.
Yeah, it can, I mean, obviously, like I said, it's not for everyone,
Everybody,
and I
yeah.
think that's what it is. Is it's part of the going back to like the approach. Part of the approach to therapy is recognizing like what makes me operate, what makes me tick, what doesn't make me tick, what pisses me off, and I think that is what that. Yeah, I did leave that hole wide open. I think that is what the therapist was saying, but that's also why I think she was saying like I feel like I'm missing the guy.
I'm missing you.
Because
I can't find you.
he is dismissive. I'm not acknowledging the problem. I'm not acknowledging feelings. I'm just saying it's just all on you. You figure if you help her, you help me. Yeah, except you're a whole different individual.
Yeah.
So like you have some things to work on. Even when she was like, you know, your ex-wife doesn't like you, and she like
Man,
maybe
that was
possibly.
hilarious.
Did I see
Yeah.
the pattern here? You
Yeah.
the common denominator.
Yeah.
Great. They're like, he was like, I have no problem being self-aware, and people have no problem with me. He was like, aren't you and your ex-wife not on speaking terms at all? He was like, I mean, no, but that's different.
That's not a person.
Yeah. He needed that clap back though.
He did,
Yeah.
and you know what? I can't imagine. I can't imagine his wife actually doing something that hurt him, because he's doing all this, and he
Was
her.
the one. Yeah,
Can you imagine if she? I don't buy
things
that.
like this. I'm like, why are you here?
That's what. Listen, when the therapist reached her
should-
and said, "I can't help you," she should have stuck with it. Y'all
Yeah.
go break up and
Yeah.
go to hell.
But
I
the
don't-
thing
should've said,
is, they have a beautiful journey.
Oh, because you've watched the whole thing.
Yeah, their journey is amazing.
I don't like it.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a huge but for me though.
Uh-huh.
But I do think, like, even at the end of their sessions, you know how they're always bickering on the way
Man.
out. By the end, it's far more playful.
Yeah, they did finally get, maybe that's the episode that I stopped on. I can't remember what episode she said I can't help you with, and then what happened afterwards. Oh, no, yeah, we're right. Well, they were like, that went a lot better.
No,
yeah,
he
didn't
did
it?
that. He said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he did.
Was
he
he
was like,
being sarcastic?
I
I
thought he
think
was.
no, I think he was serious. I couldn't believe he was like, she said, I don't think we can help
my
you.
God.
I think we would disagree with you on that. I was like, what the are you doing?
And she said, okay, we're out of time. It was like,
He's
Though
impossible.
she was trying to get them up out of that room
Oh,
so
so
fast.
quick.
She said, yeah, we'll cover that when we get back.
Yeah,
We'll
next
cover that.
time.
They be arguing and she be closing that little door behind her.
Sure, argue with me on that
exhausted.
side of the threshold.
Her hair was
All
so
right.
funny. Her hair, when she sat
She
down,
was-
there was just so many wispies everywhere.
Wore the hell
stressed
out.
out. And I get it. I would be too.
I wouldn't have got that far.
I just couldn't even.
I'd have directed my attention to her. So why are you staying here?
That's exactly. As soon as
Tell
she
him,
said,
bye, bitch.
he has cheated on me multiple times, and I'm trying to find a way to forget it. And I'm like, it sounds
That
like
ain't
you
something
have.
You don't ever forget.
It sounds like
Oh,
you
yeah,
have,
that's true.
because
You
you're
did
still
forget,
here. And he keeps doing it.
Sounds like what?
She's at the very first session they had when she was talking about their relationship. She said, he's cheated on me multiple times.
Yep.
And I'm trying to find a way to forget. And I was like, well, it seems like you have, because you're still here.
No, she be the funny thing about her is she be cracking me up. He said they'll be having a good time, and she would be like, "What was it about her?" And he'd be like, "Here we go." And I could just imagine if you got cheated on. That person
That
probably
would be me.
I was about to
What?
say,
wasn't gonna
I
say
feel like
about-
I'd be
I wasn't
doing
gonna
the
say that
same.
about-
Absolutely. be
I
me.
would definitely do the same.
So you just gonna smash other women? Okay, in the middle of Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
have intrusive thoughts now.
It'd be 20 years later.
Come on.
Like, so would you buy her shoes too?
I'm
Come
sure
on.
enough.
Oh, so now you don't like mayonnaise?
See, but
I
that's
bet
the reason
her
why.
talking.
That's the reason why I don't know whether or not this is true. This is the reason why, however, I feel like infidelity would be something that would
Oh, yeah.
cause me to walk away, because I don't
You
think
think it would cause an argument?
and more than that.
It's
The
separated.
argument's
It'd be
over.
with, yeah.
There's the argument.
with?
An argument for me is we are trying to get on the same page.
Right.
But
The
Esther
argument is
Perel
over.
believes after you cheat, you can come back closer
Yeah,
together.
f her.
Not for
And let me. What I mean.
She can have him then.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you slept with him too, bitch. What I'm trying to say is that I know that if I'm continually bringing up the same thing over and over and over again, there's a good chance I'm just not going to get over it. And something like infidelity, I don't know if I would want to live my life
Ain't
in
no
a
get over
constant.
throwing away food.
There's
You throw her
something.
food away that's been in the refrigerator too long. I was gonna eat that. I'm gonna hear that for the next 6 months.
6 months.
He's
Here knocked her
being.
salad down one time in the airport, and I thought she killed him with her eyes.
Oh, that hurt. When you're hungry, and I was trying to make a healthy choice. Had an ahi salad that I ordered from the house. I had set it on
That
my
salad be
luggage.
good, too.
And I went to go handle something, and these men, trying to be chivalrous, but also thinking that I'm incapable of taking care of myself, pushed my luggage. And I watched all of that salad hit the floor. I didn't see it hit the floor. I turned around and saw them looking like children caught playing in paint and expensive makeup.
It's,
Yeah, they looked up. And I was like, they were almost like they were going to try to put the top on it. and let me eat.
If you didn't turn around, you would have been having Terminal 3 salad.
White people
team,
hair
all
in
in your-
it. I was like, just throw it away. Let's just throw it away. And Kevin was like, to hear did it. To hear did it. And I didn't say anything. I didn't yell. I just stood there
Play
and
nicely
lied.
with the kids.
I played nicely with you.
But yeah.
All right, next couple. Let's go to y'all want to talk about Brock and Christy?
Okay.
Oh, my God,
I don't like to
today.
say. Is it time? Wasn't that? Oh, I be trying to
Nothing subtle
not
about
like
Kev
the
trying to
women,
figure something out.
but she don't be
No, she comes across as unlikable.
okay. Like the girl,
She's a terrible person.
Yeah,
she
Which
got
one?
the
Mormons,
okay.
Christy
So
and
this what tripped
Oh,
me out
God.
about her the most in the world of ever.
Please.
They got into it over a dog sitter,
Yes.
right? And the first thing she says is, I reread my text 3 times, and I don't see how I could have worded this any differently. And the dude was like, the text says, you effed us over with the dog sitter being so cheap. And I'm like, you don't see how you could have reread that wrong? And she was like, no, because you are. You're stupid, and the way you do the dog sitter, I hate it, and I don't like you, and I miss the first man.
Hold up. This is her. They're the therapist, and tell them that I cheated on you.
Women, I'm him.
Yeah.
There's an elephant in the room. Do you want me to say it? I feel like I feel like I can't say it unless you say it.
No, I mean, you say it.
I can't. I can't.
I mean, I cheated on it.
Oh, you mean?
Hey,
Oh,
I cheated on
weight
you.
off of my shoulders.
I was
she
like,
laughs every time.
it was so awkward.
No, when I wanted to come through this screen and kick her in her chin was when she's like, I feel like you should be thanking me for the affair because I freed you. I was like, you said that out your mouth?
Hold up.
Sure enough,
You know what I would want to say to her? This is why the Mormon church wants to hold you in your place. So you won't become like this. Trash
Anthony
people like you need to be held in their place.
I said, wait a minute. She doesn't even hear she's the villain in this story.
No.
She's Aaron Burr for sure.
I said,
She's the villain in his history book.
wait. She said that out loud. She said, a part of me feels like you should be thanking me because I freed you. He was like, I would have been an open relationship without you sleeping with
didn't
him.
take all this.
Dude was setting it up.
Yeah,
he was like, you know what? We should be able to do the open relationship. All I ask is don't smash that nigga. She was like,
That's
the one I
exactly
want,
who
though.
I'm smashing.
And I'm going to
she
him
probably
first.
didn't even want him. Well, that's who I'm going to sleep with.
She was like, because you're not going to control me.
Right.
I'm going to sleep with him because you're not going to control.
Man, she be. And he,
Mormon God couldn't control me. You're not going to control me.
No.
Yeah, she's
No.
well, and that's what I was saying about. She cracks me up because one of the ladies said, I don't remember if when she was in the peer group or her mentor, whatever one, was saying that because she didn't have agency when she was younger, she holds on to it, but it's caused her to be like Dr. Orna, whatever her name is, was like she has a hard time seeing things from his perspective.
She does
she
not.
sees nothing from his perspective.
It is her perspective only, and it makes her super inflexible.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fast forward to the 3 episodes we saw for this week's podcast where she connected the dots.
Shade.
When he the way Showtime made that, it was impossible that we would all watch the same episode.
Well, I was like, oh,
We were
damn.
confused. I wasn't being shady.
No, we didn't think so.
But this time, the church messed her over in more ways than one.
Yes.
That is 1,000%.
But looking at her now, she deserved it. Go
No,
ahead.
shut up. Shut up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead,
2
Kevin.
things happened. When she left the church and he didn't leave, she took that as a personal betrayal.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. And the second thing, which I think was the more dangerous for their relationship, he became a proxy for the church.
Yes.
So when she cheated on him, she was getting back at the church.
Mm-hmm.
The church, somebody in the church sexually assaulted her.
Mm-hmm.
She goes off on him, she's going off on that person.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, our parents screwed us up and the church screwed us over. And he was like, our parents were screwed up because of the church.
Right.
Yeah.
So they screwed us up, but I don't think they knew any different either.
Yes.
She's like, you betrayed me. He's like, girl, I can't have my own journey. And because his journey was different than hers, she took that as you don't respect mine or honor mine. And I'm like, girl, but he came to the same conclusion a little bit after you. Y'all had different work on your maths.
Right.
Y'all both showed y'all work, and y'all both got the answer 17, but you finished your work fast, and he didn't, and you ain't never let him forgive that.
Yeah.
She is so focused on being the victim and hero all at the same time that I feel like no one else could have been a victim of the church besides her.
No.
And I'm not trying to diminish that she had terrible things come from what the church was to her, but most people who go through that, even if they had benefits, are still victims of a lot of the ideology and the behavior that comes from it. So for her, she's just like, because you're not hurting the way I hurt,
Yes.
you stayed because it was all a benefit to you and everything and all,
And you didn't
everything
own
else.
my feelings.
Right.
That's what she was mad at him. And I got that. We about to say something?
Go ahead.
I understood her thing, but I think it's unfair to, I don't want to say blame him, but I don't, it's kind of hard, I guess. I would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have such very unique dynamics.
Yeah.
I also wonder
Was that your water? Because it was Marcus's. I don't know why I put it that far over. Sorry.
Yeah. I wonder about the longevity of their relationship simply because they really are at two completely different points in their life.
Yeah, they're
the
two
North
very
South
different
Pole.
people
They're
than
very
they
different
were.
people, and her kind of own faith crisis and what that did to her and her kind of coming unto herself and her, owning her agency and all of these things that cause you to be a different. And listen, what's her name? Christy. I get it, girl, because I low-key went on my own faith crisis agency journey, finding my voice. Like, I get it, okay? Mm-hmm. But he didn't do it with you, and I think they're doing this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's sustainable. I know they're holding on, but it's like they're grasping at straws
1000%.
because I said this last week, for me, if I'm telling you my journey, I want you to, because I want you in the hole with me, I want you to be like, yeah, I can't believe they did that. I got to go too. That, for me, would be a breaking point in the relationship. I'm not quite sure I could recover.
I see that point, but so I want to say two things. One, I can see her point, but I can see him not
Absolutely
anticipating that being.
Well, and they didn't start that way. So
Right.
we agreed on a framework in our relationship for which we said I do.
Yeah.
Years later, you decide this is no longer working for me, and now you automatically expect me to join you. I need a little bit of time.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Because in the church, often, this is not just a black church, obviously the Mormon church too, if you really heavy into church, that becomes a part of your identity.
Absolutely.
To leave that is to leave a part of yourself.
Absolutely.
You almost have to rebuild who you are as
Yes.
a person. And people don't be prepared to do that.
No.
That's what he said. Oh, go ahead.
It's almost like it's I think she's more so comparing it to like if I beef with somebody, Marcus got beef with them too.
Automatic.
However, this is more like I now have beef with your mother.
Yes.
You need to have beef with her. It's going to take Marcus a long time, if ever, for him to be like,
Hey, now Marcus ain't beefing with his mom.
exactly. And I mean, I could probably have
Third person.
irrefutable evidence to how
Picture of
poor.
his mom stabbing.
Yes.
I have to be there and see it.
Now,
And
you
even
done Photoshopped
still-
my mama stabbing. I ain't never seen her stab
What did you
before.
do to make my mama stab you?
Exactly. That's where he's going to go first.
Truth is a saint.
Yes.
That's where he's going to go to first. So it's almost as if it kind of diminished whatever his relationship, because with the Mormon church, it's not just, like I said before, it's not just, oh, I no longer F with this church. It's you no longer F with God.
God.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Period.
they excommunicate you.
Because that's how them sister wives stay in. They feel like
Yes.
if they divorce you, God's going to punish me.
Absolutely.
So you'll take literally
Yeah.
any treatment because that's better than God being mad at you.
And that's what he was saying, that like,
Yeah, that's a heavy-
I found fellowship there. Like, I was working through
Yes.
things there that it was actually helping me.
Yes.
So sometimes you don't see when your significant other sees things, but you can see in a stylish way with Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a mission to inspire and impact the world with vision, purpose, and style. Offerings eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Warby Parker is committed to providing you with exceptional vision care. So Warby Parker offers everything you need for happier eyes. That's, like I said, all of the ones that I named: eyeglasses, sunglasses, contacts, eye exams, right? And you get to shop with them in-store or online. Glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free. There's no obligation to buy, and it ships free and includes a prepaid return label. I personally took the quiz and did the ordered a home try-on kit, and I got 5 different pairs of sunglasses. And I love a good cat eye shape, but I also wanted to try some other styles on. And what was so great about this experience is that I was able to look to see what went well with my closet. Like what glasses would go with majority of the outfits that I had, or what glasses actually fit a space that was kind of missing in my entire wardrobe and sunglass collection. The quality of the frames are amazing. They're glasses that I still have to this day because they are so super cute. And the ones that I didn't want, I was able to just throw them right into that box that was already pre-labeled, and I shipped that thing on back and was only charged for the glasses that I kept on. It's so easy. You should try it. So let me tell you what we want you to do. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
Again, that's warbyparker.com/TBTB.
TBTB. I want to say one more thing about her
Say it.
that I thought was interesting.
This is in third position, not this is in third.
You can do it at the yes.
Okay. Got it.
She was saying she be honest with is it Brett?
Brock.
She'd be honest with Brock, but then it F's her over because it like hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts him. And the therapist was like, that's the result of honesty.
She sure did.
She was like, you can't be honest with somebody and then not let them have the
And the
reaction.
cheating part specifically.
Yes. And she was like you can't be honest with someone, talk how you want to talk. She want to talk crazy to him because he was like, girl, I don't like the way you talk to me. You be talking crazy.
She escalates conversations.
Yeah.
And I don't think she realized, like, when you're saying, you're effing us over, and he's like, chill, and she's like, I am chill, but you're not.
And it really is a dog sitter.
Yes.
And you talking about $200-$300, like in the grand scheme of everything that happened in y'all relationship, the dog sitter ain't that much.
Yeah.
And it's a microcosm for what's happening in y'all relationship. But I thought it was interesting that's why I think people avoid honesty sometimes, is because you can't take it. I'll say people, me. I'd be like, if I say this, it's going to feel like this. So I just not going to say this. But that's not fair. But you got to be ready for the smoke.
Yeah.
But also, if she would talk to the man with any sort of like kindness.
But I don't even think she realizes, like, what was your take on the apartment situation? I found the whole thing to be fascinating.
I thought it was too.
She wanted for them to be able to live in the same space, and he was like, no, if we could just have our separate space. I think if she doesn't have full and ultimate control, she does not want to F with him. And I thought he really articulated it well when he said, she has more power than me.
Yeah.
I do not have as much power as her. And if she doesn't want to compromise with me, it's like her way or no way. And for her, it's just truly, I think she wants this relationship to look exactly the way she's panned it out, because she also thinks she's smarter, she's more evolved, and her ideas are better.
She looks like Jax Teller's wife on Sons of Anarchy as well. And he'd be messing with me the whole time. I'd be like, now when Jax come in here and catch y'all being married,
I loved him.
you're going to be mad. But the other thing I think about it too, it is a dangerous setup in marriage to visualize something and
That
not
part.
include your other partner
Oh my God.
and be mad when they don't see it the same way you do.
That is what I thought was fascinating. The
Yeah.
apartment part where this was the interesting part. Bless you, where I felt like she was hiding.
No.
She
I
was
get you
hiding
asking
how
that.
she felt about the apartment, where she literally felt like, this is going to be our fresh start.
Yep.
We're going to move in and be a couple, and we're going to do it over, and this is going to be great. And he was like, oh, girl, we don't have to do this.
I like my own house.
You think of it as a compromise? Well, we don't have to compromise. I've grown. You've grown.
Ah! I like my own address.
I got. Listen, we can put this day bed in here, and it'll be straight.
Listen, that mess up. I wanted a Murphy bed.
Yes.
It's so funny because I wanted a Murphy bed in the house, and I didn't know the name. And Melissa's like, "This is called a Murphy bed," and he was like,
That's
want
what
that.
I want.
And she
want
was
that
like,
Murphy bed.
and so it took the therapist a while, which low-key I'd be like, y'all be knowing, y'all just be making us get there. But by the end, when she was like,
You be flinching at people.
because I'd be mad, like, shut up, just tell me what you know what I want to say, and I'm not saying it, so just tell me the words so I can be like, yeah, girl, that's what I meant. Because I felt like, yeah, girl, that's what I meant is what happened at the end, where
Yeah.
she was talking about, well, it's only a 1-bedroom, and it's going to take up a quarter of the space of the room. Like, I don't really want that. And so now we're talking about like the floor plan of the house, when the reality is you not wanting to sleep with me in the same bed with me is a rejection of me.
Yes.
It's a rejection of this dream of starting over. And I
Yes.
think we talk in that type of code all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
All big subtext. Also,
Absolutely.
whether she likes it or not, she was the first domino to fall
Absolutely.
in the way their relationship. He only
Absolutely.
cheated to get back at her.
Well,
I mean,
no, she thinks the first domino was him not leaving the church. That's the domino in
No,
her
that's what
mind.
in her mind, yeah.
okay, that's
She
true.
thinks that's the domino.
And she equates that to cheating, basically. He cheated.
You
I think
pushed
she
me,
said that.
You pushed me
Yeah.
into the arms of this dude because the dude left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were connecting on that
That's what
point
it was.
where
And that's the thing.
That
He was
betrayal
like,
well, then I'm getting
if
another
you
coochie.
all worked out, would you still be with him? And she's
said
like,
yes.
she was like, yes. But I feel like if I don't tell you, like, I want to be
You're
honest
right over
with
that.
him. And I'm like,
I
girl,
don't tell you, I
you're
wouldn't ask no more hypothetical questions like that.
I don't think they should continue to be
Orna
together.
was so shocked when they said they got a place together. She said,
Man.
you did. First of all, how much
She
money
should've
these
been
motherfuckers
like-
got that they can live separate in New York?
I wanted them to pause. That's them white people on HGTV.
Yes.
Yeah.
She picks up cans in
Right.
Century City. He won
Central
$200
Park.
in Vegas.
And our budget is $3 million.
Wait a minute.
Like what?
Where
When
is the
they said,
rest
so
coming
we
from?
move separate, we live a block apart. I was like, wait, in
That's
boxes?
10 grand
Because
in-
how?
That's at minimum
I thought the players was
$10,000.
gonna be like, y'all did what and why?
Yes.
Like,
That's what she said you did.
And she was like, we haven't signed the lease yet.
Have you guys already been talking about that? Like, catch me up to speed.
He
Why?
just
What you want to say is why?
And the editing, y'all be shady because the editing at the beginning of that episode was all of their fights.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it was, surprise, we're moving in together. Girl, wait, what?
It's crazy.
That was clever editing.
I feel for him. I really do because I don't know what he's holding out for. I don't know when he said this is back in when they were first introduced as a couple. So in like episode 10 or 11, he was like, when I finally decided to, okay, well now we're open. And he said, I found out that I am actually pleasant to be around and that I am charismatic. I was like, he has been abused
Yeah.
by this woman.
Yeah.
I was like, her people, and she's hurting the mess out of him. For him to be like, I have this revelation.
People actually don't mind being around me.
And I
Which
want
is
him.
all the more, they've grown apart.
Yeah. No, she's down a whole nother path. And unless he's going to be a doormat for her, if he's going to continue to try to find ways to speak his own truth and live in his truth, she's not going to have it because it's not a reflection of what she feels like their truth should be.
Agreed.
And they have too much history.
Listen, go with God, Crispy.
Go with God,
well,
Crispy.
not God. Just
But also go with him.
go.
Go that
God.
way.
She was like, I'm a Marxist.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, what is going on?
And the thing is, he seems like a nice dude who's caring and gentle and
He
soft.
does. That's how he comes
She want
out.
a roughneck. She want a thug. She wants somebody who's been to jail a little bit.
Go to the hood then.
Go to the hood. Get smacked
She
up.
would love a black man. When
No, I
she
ain't
was
saying they gotta be
no. She would love a black. She would love a Hebrew Israelite. She would love a Grand Rising. She would absolutely love that. When she talked about, she was like, and then Black Lives Matter happened, and that was an awakening. I was like, when she said that, I was like, oh, she slept with a black man, is what I really thought.
I was so confused by
What
why that meant
what
so
awakening
much.
did you have?
We were in New
She awoke
York.
beside a black man. That was awakening.
Punk ass.
I was like, why Black Lives Matter meant that much to you? How
Right.
was you affected? She was just like,
She had a whole situation.
She
They're
really
different
did.
people.
They are.
And I think, again, when there are certain like foundational truths, I feel like in a relationship that you kind of agree upon.
Yeah.
And when those change, it's really hard to come back together.
how you find yourself.
And
find each other. I mean.
yeah, and I struggle seeing them having a long term. They gon' move in together, and it's gonna accelerate their divorce.
Man.
Oh, yeah, and I hope
It's been
so.
like this and they live separate.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would y'all go and put it together?
I was so glad that because I'll ask it when we move to the next people. I'll say it.
Okay, who you want to
Whenever we
move
do.
to?
Oh, they the lesbians.
Very good.
All right.
Let's move to. You want to talk about them?
Yes.
Let's talk about Nadine and
click
Christine.
What you got to say,
What
Taylor?
you got to say about them? I love them.
It's been 16 months.
I have a love-hate relationship with them. Go finish.
It's been 16 months. To go through all of this, break the up.
Oh.
Why are you putting this much into 16 months? This people been here for 30, 40 years married. East half has been together 16 months.
He right.
One of them, poor thing, been through too much.
She been through too much.
Work on yourself before you go try to bring in this confused ass nigga with you. Because old girl don't know what the hell she want to do from one session to the next.
She don't. And
Why y'all go? Why they out? How did they get on the show?
And her stomach be hurting.
Because they
feel
are.
so
Yeah,
bad.
she got
Man, I
she
feel
got
so
IBS.
bad.
Like this is causing some of that.
Literally,
Yeah.
Your history is causing 50%. She the other 50%.
you
Yes.
can eat spicy chicken tikka masala if y'all broke up. But since y'all go together,
You can have
bread
pizza.
and rice.
God dang.
Pizza, beer.
my God.
Y'all want to be together? Bread and rice.
She
I'm
got
like, why are
thinner
we
and
here?
thinner as the episodes progressed.
I said this
felt
girl
for
about
her.
to just brown liquid all over this goddamn couch. I just knew we was gonna hear the percolate.
Absolutely. And
Percolator.
I just knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It's all for the
I'm
percolate.
like, this girl got
God.
all of this
Percolate.
past trauma, and then you get with somebody that changed their mind from 3 o'clock to
She's
8
so
o'clock.
confused.
Marcus, this is her.
That
I'm
baby is
thirsty. I don't like
confused.
water. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I'm big. Girl, how she go? Also, I want to sex this person.
All over the place.
I was so glad when
Wasting our time
Dr.
with these
Orna
stupid-ass
went back
people.
to her peer group and said, how many of you all have people whose polyamorous relationships work out?
You know what?
I wanted to see that whole conversation.
Yes.
The Brock and
Christy?
is it Emily, Chrissy. These are two examples of the person did poly to keep the person.
Other person.
And they were not in it like
Oh
that.
my God.
Even the couple that we had reviewed because we were watching the wrong season, season 3A, the Asian girl and the young white dude,
the one-
they both came in wanting to be open and it still went awry. I'm like, because half the time you so messed up, I'm so messed up. Bringing a third messed up person in here is only going to be harder, and you only doing it for sex. I've never heard somebody
more
say,
boundaries to do
Let's
that. And
make
more,
this a roller coaster with missing tracks. That's what it turns into. You the roller coaster, I'm the tracks. Let's take some tracks out, couple of wheels off, and let's see what happens.
and just hope for the best.
and unfortunately,
Gravity
it
will help us
always
get over them 3 missing wood planks. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum. We'll be good. We'll be
It's
good.
gonna catch.
Yeah.
It's gonna go up, but it's gonna catch again.
Unfortunately, it never feels like the reasons for an open marriage are anything having to do with being fulfilled more emotionally or just even more mentally. It's usually always geared towards sex.
Yeah.
It's usually always geared towards I want to be able to be more experimental in that way. And so I'm just like, the basis of sex, it still blows my mind that is enough to want the I don't want to call it a headache, but the complications of bringing in another person. I can understand if somebody brought in another person for financial help. Then I could possibly.
They don't never bring him in for the rent.
No, but for sex
or the lips.
Instead, let's split this mortgage 3 ways, and we can get some benefits at the same time. Bet, let's do it.
But for all these people, it's always, I just want to sexually experiment. And so I'm like, well, why don't you do that before you try to enter into something that initially started as college is for?
Yeah, that's what college is for.
Is it? Well,
figure all that shit out.
Let me tell you something else, and that is master class. Oh, they don't have a course on that, I don't believe, but they do have some amazing courses with some astounding instructors that you will find probably tap on some of your personal interests or the personal interests of someone else that you know. Let me tell you about some of the courses that I think will blow your mind. They have a course on the power of personal branding by that is instructed by Kris Jenner, and we all know the brand that she has built, that is the Kardashians, that is the Jenners, is I can't really think of an American brand or family that has been built that fast and is that wealthy. There's also courses on tackling hard conversations with radical candor, which is kind of what we're talking about right now. That's I feel like a really, really interesting course to be able to take. And then they have stuff that's a little bit lighter. Maybe you're not trying to like change your whole perspective on how you handle people. Maybe you just want to learn how to do your hair a little bit different. They have Style Your Own Hair for Any Occasion with instructor Jen Akin. So basically what we're trying to tell you is that with Masterclass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. With over 180 courses from a range of world-class instructors, the thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think. I really do love how easy it is to be able to use Masterclass. I looked at one course with Shonda Rhimes and another one with instructor Oprah Winfrey. And the things that I was able to learn about their expertise and how to be able to apply it to my own life with storytelling, even though I'm not out here being a television writer, with doing vlogs, just being a better storyteller is something that I had always wanted to learn. I'm truly blown away by the quality of instructors they have, and the experience is amazing. So I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every course. And as the Bald and the Beautiful listener, you can get up to 35% off for Mother's Day. Go to masterclass.com/TBTB. Now, that's masterclass.com/TBTB to get up to 35% off for Mother's Day.
The thing is, I 100%, I forgot that they had only been together for a short while.
I honestly missed that. Honestly.
Marcus yelled as soon as it came up on the screen, why the hell they on this show?
It's people that get together in high school for longer than that and then break up before graduation. Why are we dealing with these people?
I missed that, and now I'm upset with myself.
But I like them.
You do.
Well, you know
Tell
who
me
I like?
why.
I'm going to tell you who I like.
This is like Mel watching a car chase. There's a crime happening. That's the only reason you like watching it. It's a crime.
I love it. You know who I like?
Being committed.
By the minute, he ran a stoplight, another charge, almost hit somebody.
Please tell me
Attempted
more.
murder, like it's adding up. Melissa's like, I love them.
Tell me, why do you like them? Why?
You know who I like? It's not that I like them.
It's the one with the glasses?
I like Christine.
She's very...
Oh my God, I just I love her.
Baby.
Man.
I can see why you like her.
I do. I really like her. I hate this relationship for them. I think Nadine is a good
She's an F-boy.
person.
As a girl.
Oh, yeah.
But I think she's so confused.
Nadine, you think she's a good person?
Nadine, somewhere in there.
She's
I
a
just think
nice-
she's confused
No,
and
she's
young.
a nice F-boy. She's getting away. She's getting
She's
the,
definitely young.
Let's
I'll
don't
give
do
you that.
There's good in everybody. All right?
There's good people on both sides.
It's funny. I like that. That's funny.
I do think that Christine is who I'm like kind of drawn to.
Oh, yeah, I can
feel
see why.
like
Christine is
she,
the girl who lived in Israel or Palestine.
yes.
Yes.
She girls the therapist was like, I'm Israeli. She was like,
I
She's
know.
like, yeah. That. Anyways, so what I was saying.
and then she told her friend, she was like, we was bombing them. She was
I
like, is that
know.
why you want to help them? She
And
was
it
like,
is. I low-key, this was the only couple when they decided to decouple. It was the only decision when Dr. Ornell said, like, I'll see you guys next week. I want to watch you. It was the only time I was just kind of like, I think you should let them go.
No, she said like,
They need to
2
let each
weeks.
other
don't
go.
talk to each other for at least 2 weeks. She's like, okay, just send me pictures of the cast. She's like,
said,
okay.
nope,
She's
Nope,
like,
don't do that either.
I don't want you to.
I
don't
love
want
that
you
she
to-
For
said
2
that.
weeks. That's half the time y'all been together.
Come on, baby.
I'm sick of it.
You
Like,
better
no, we
pop,
they
pop,
need
pop,
to
pop.
just go.
That is years worth of problems, though.
They were having some
that is
deep
years worth
problems.
of
Years
problems.
worth of problems shouldn't happen in that short amount of time.
16 months, you should be still happy-go-lucky fingering each other.
You ain't got a
Oh
goddamn.
my gosh! You know what?
That
I
ain't even a
see.
promotion at
Christine
work
is
yet.
the Israeli girl, right?
Yes.
I can see why you like her because she reminds me of you.
I love her.
The way she so precisely articulates how she feels,
Man.
and then also articulates what she is getting from the other person
Man.
and her boundaries was very like,
She's
girl, you're doing a great
emotionally
job.
intelligent and
Yeah.
articulate.
I love it.
And it be making Nadine be like, and then Nadine be like, I want to have sex with somebody else. She will say those words.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Christine will break it down. Well, that makes me feel like this. And in my body, I feel like this. And connects to my childhood and my dad, this. And then Nadine be like, sometimes I just don't want to see you. And be like, girl.
Yes.
Why do y'all, how'd
it's
y'all
so
get
stupid.
together?
I
And
hate
if it's
it.
only 16 months, you can't even blame the
Like,
beginning
y'all
of the
gotta get
pandemic.
about, y'all gotta decouple.
If I'm a therapist, I'm like, y'all wasting my time.
Marcus, you wouldn't have no clients.
We got
You'd be so frustrated.
I would have
Oh,
clients.
no, he
I
would
would have
not.
clients. I would definitely have. They'd be like, you know what? Dr. Tanks will keep it real. Like, let's go talk to him.
You would
He
have
called
to
me a
have someone.
dumbass.
Okay.
Give it to me, Liz.
Yes. Couple therapize them. Nadine and Christine walk into your office right
Okay,
now.
How long y'all been together?
It's the same couple, 16 months.
I get this story now. What done happened? Y'all done developed 10 years worth of shit in 16 months. This is toxic. Split the up. Do better for yourselves.
But now you don't
And I'm
have
going to charge you
clients
for
no
that
more.
whole hour as well.
That's just them two. Yeah, I'm charging y'all. I got paid. Charging y'all. It's $150,
Marcus, first of all,
$300 an hour right there.
If my therapist sat down and said, what done happened? I'd be like, this how I like to be talked to.
Exactly.
Talk to me like what done happened?
I have 300 clients all cares. Just
What done happened? All right, that's dumb.
You would see all 300 clients in 4 hours.
Yeah.
What did you do? I told you last week to break up with
Right.
him.
working
You're still
with
here?
it.
You're a dummy. Break up with
No,
him.
the next session. Why y'all show up together?
I'm going to charge y'all individually. 170,
like-
170.
He'll
Come
be
back
like,
again.
Hey, Sean, just keep cheating on her. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna complain.
No, you know when y'all said the rope and the ladder? I tie a rope to a tree and throw it down and then walk off. Like, you got the help. It's right there. Pull your ass up
Marcus-
out of that hole.
No, this
and
is
meet
what
me over
Marcus
here at
would
the
do.
picnic table.
He's gonna fill that hole with water. Either you
Swim.
swim or drown. I'll be damn. I gave you the help.
Don't make
Swim
no
or
never
drown.
mind.
That's
It's
your
a way
choice.
up.
And I got to go check on my car. What done happened? Break up.
So
All right, that's
I'm charging you
270.
extra. It's normally 150, but because you're an idiot,
Right. Oh,
and I
yeah.
told you last week it's 200.
Inconvenience fee.
Yeah.
No, this is, come on. We got people that got families we try to keep together. Y'all ain't even got a cat.
The other.
They do.
They
They got a
all got
cat.
a cat.
Then send it to the goddamn adoption place. Cat have found a better
The
home.
adoption place for a cat is outside.
First of all,
Let that thing
First of all,
outside.
Captivity cats are just in prison. Cats will survive, okay?
They will.
A pet cat is a prisoner.
Yes.
They act
Yeah.
like it, too.
Anyway, this short amount of time and all of these issues, I'm like,
How
come
many
on.
months do you have to have before you can be in therapy?
You can go at the first month, but it can't be batshit crazy.
They do have
This shit
deep
is all
problems.
over the place.
They had some. I missed the graphic when they
Yeah,
said
they were- I
they have
forgot.
problems
You would
as
think-
much as the other people.
Oh,
who
8
have
years? Okay,
Oh.
yeah, I get no.
No.
A commercial break.
No, they were like, and then she decided to be open.
That was
the
really
insane
uncomfortable.
giggling and laughing is just like, yeah, and then so
It's
you know,
confusing.
half my family got blown to bits, and I tried to tape them back together as a kid.
And the therapist never laughed.
No,
She
she was
was
just like,
"That's
it's coming
funny."
so confusing.
She be
It's
like,
not funny.
It's confusing.
They talk about traumatic stuff,
Yes,
and
they
both
do.
of them, even the trash one goes off laughing with her. She should
Nadine.
be like, "Babe, that's not funny. I know it probably makes you nervous, but if that's your way of getting over it, okay. But the trash one shouldn't be laughing at that stuff too."
I know both of y'all can't be laughing. Why does Dr. Orna? What is she looking over?
I said that.
Is she looking over the lies?
She's
I
like,
did it last week. She'd be like,
She be over there confused. With them specifically, I be confused. I really be confused.
sometimes you can see her hair just start to freeze as they talking.
What is happening? I
Yeah.
really think she be at what? Well, she'll say that. What's happening right now?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the way
going on?
they edit it, it makes it seem like she leaves and goes into her car directly to her people and be like,
She smokes
these
cigarettes.
people are crazy.
No, she
has
goes.
to.
Yeah, she's smoking cigarettes.
Ain't no
What's
cigarette.
her face? The short hair girl whose hair color changed throughout.
Nadine.
Nadine, when basically she's unemployed
Yep.
now, and she
Yes.
What does Nadine? She must.
and smokes weed. She was smoking that
They
vape.
all smoking all up in the rooftop of New York.
Nadine
What is
is
disabled?
what?
What does she do well? Why is the girl with her?
I think it
You
was.
just need somebody.
I think what's her face found Christine. Nadine is the Israeli one, right?
Yeah. No.
Christine.
Christine is.
Christine, I think, was honestly fell in love and was attracted to Nadine, and especially because that was her first. Like, so she kind of turned her.
was?
Yeah, she. What do they call that? It's not. Is it flip? She's the one who opened her up. Okay, brought her out of the closet.
Correct.
And so I think she actually really does love her, and I think that's the reason why she was open to them being open, because it seems like Christine is very much so about allowing people to have their own agency over the choices that they make, but she's just like, I'm gonna set healthy boundaries for myself so
Yes.
that I'm not hurting myself while being in this.
Right.
But what's her face? I can't keep them apart.
I know, I be
Short hair
getting
girl.
confused. Yeah,
Glasses.
I be getting them confused myself.
Short hair girl, I think, is still way more naive and immature.
1000%.
Definitely a lot more immature. And so she's just going to keep running to the next thing that makes her feel good.
Yep.
Yes.
And she doesn't want because glasses is so good to her.
And she is.
She doesn't want to actually let that go. And that's why she was like, I want you in my life some way, somehow. Because if somebody's treating you good and you're the one that's an ass, you are like, well, just kind of stay around here while I do the shit that I do.
Right.
Yes. Be available. And I like how you make grilled cheese sandwiches.
What would I say? Oh, him falling asleep. We just caught it on camera.
Oh, Kev.
And you know what's a delay, so I just now see.
Oh, hilarious.
Just, God dang
Let's
it,
talk about the
Kevin.
other people before we run out of time.
All right, that's it. That's it. Okay. Oh, Josh and Natasha.
They are not married.
They are not married.
Yep, that's
They
what
are
she
not
said.
married.
Now, you
He's
talk about
such a
somebody.
big old teddy bear.
You
No,
talk about someone who has done some good emotional work.
Mexican.
Oh, the dude.
Josh,
Yeah,
I mean,
Latino.
tatted everywhere and just as soft.
He had some
Self-aware.
terrible trauma.
Yeah.
Man, his trauma, god dang.
Man.
Him and Christine were running for the Trauma Olympics.
Yes,
I
they were.
said,
That
oh
was
my
one
God.
after another. I said, god
said,
dang, they been
man.
through it.
And for
As a
him to have
kid.
gone through everything he's gone through, and he presents so like he's going to be like Sean, and he come in
And he's
there
not.
and has done so much self work.
Yeah.
And
So
he's-
aware.
And that's why he's like, I feel like he's more emotionally intelligent than she is.
Absolutely.
Like, he's good at
In his girlfriend?
getting his,
Yeah,
he's
Natasha.
good at getting his thoughts out.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
what he says, I'm like, I understood exactly what he
Man.
was trying to say. Like he makes sure that you understand what he's saying word for word.
And there was a couple of times, especially in the last 3 episodes, where I felt like, I'm sorry, what was her name?
Josh, Natasha.
Natasha. She had made the stride that she could make,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think she made the attempt. It wasn't what he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was the most she could do. So I thought he was going to give her
Man,
the benefit of the doubt.
that baby
No.
broke down.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, actually, when she tried that, it just reminded me of all the other times she didn't do something, and then this and that, and then she was just like I could see the excitement like dissipate from her.
Yeah.
You know, she was trying. She tried.
I don't understand why they have not brought up the fact that she is a woman who gave birth not that long ago.
Recently.
That really,
How long ago?
the
They got a
baby ain't
They got
old,
an infant.
The baby is a baby.
young.
Her hormones are
That
still
was
all
what
over the
it-
place.
that-
She ain't ready to do nothing yet.
No.
I was so confused on why we weren't tackling that first for him to be able, because right now he sees it as purely a choice that he has been respecting, but it's still obviously affecting him. But like talking about what pregnancy does to the body,
Yes.
all that stuff. I was like, if you go back to childhood on me right now about this shit, I'm going to be mad because it's the current situation that's causing her.
She did go. She did.
I
was gonna
know.
ask y'all-
She went back
opinions
to
on
the
that.
black girls. She said.
I was going to ask you
neonatal?
guys
She was
approach
like,
about that specifically with Josh and how when you're in therapy and they tie things. I always struggle with this if I'm being completely honest, but how they tie things in childhood to today, is that effective for you guys?
Not really, no.
I have a lot of my personal therapist does that even more than our couples therapist. I had a lot of aha moments, but I don't think I would have ever connected those dots like that. I think for me, it's proven valuable, but at the same time, I'd be like, okay, so but when is it going to be something I did as me now?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't all be when I was 7, my mom slammed the door and I got scared. So now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
like it can't never just be me as an adult male. She'd be like, no, making
Yeah.
a decision. She'd be tying, and that's when I'd be like, come on now.
Yeah.
Especially things you're not even conscious of, like the neonatal thing. The girl's like, I was neonatal.
That's bullshit.
Like that. Your mom told you that after you were
Yeah.
of an
Right.
age to know that. And she's like, no, you're, they say the body always remembers.
Yeah.
She was like, so
don't
that's
believe
why I
it.
don't do it.
I don't believe it. I
Man,
was like,
this
you
girl-
just finding the easy answer right now, Dr. Orner, because you're tired.
Yeah, no, as a doctor, that Dr. Orne is, I don't understand. I was right there with Angel. Like, why they're not talking about, well, you just had a baby. This baby is young. Your body, you might not be good for another year.
Your
Hormones is all over the place. You've been through a lot of pain. That takes a lot. I ain't even capable of having a baby. Keep your eyes open. I ain't even capable of having a baby, but I done
You know
seen
he's
it
on
enough
his way in.
times to where I'm like, that's a lot. Why ain't they brought that up? Well, give yourself some grace.
Or not, or
I didn't
even
I need
this.
stuff.
I don't understand why they never, if at least on camera, asked the question, do you want to get back to the place of wanting to have sex?
Ooh, that's good.
Because it's not about childhood trauma with, in this case, it doesn't seem like it, about her desire and libido being in the toilet. It is about the the biology of what has happened to her body and the mental load that she's more than likely carrying. So it's like, since those things are the case, is it that you want to be able to no longer be in this place? And what steps can we take to be out of this place? Yeah. But they're not, more so they're just dealing with how Josh feels, which is great. Let him get all of his, everything out. But like, let's redirect it to, because that was one thing when we went through it, after I had the babies, I was like, I don't know why I don't want to have.
I had to ask her. She was like, so what's up? Like, why don't you?
I said, I don't
And
know.
she said, I don't know. I was like, I was like, oh.
I was like, I'm not doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
And I honestly wish I wasn't in this place. I don't want to be someone who does not want to connect with you sexually.
Yeah.
But I also don't have the solutions. Yeah, this. I didn't want none of it. I didn't want his. I didn't want mine. I didn't want none.
I don't want no sensation.
So it was a thing of, okay, I can acknowledge that I actually don't want to be in this position either. So if we could work on trying to figure out what the possible solution is, if the solution is just time, okay, then at least we know.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Take care of
around
yourself.
this time.
Columbia.
But that's so to answer your question, my therapist, she got to guess. And luckily she's a great guesser.
Listen, let me tell you one thing you just brought up. It'd be so interesting how in their relationship, the thing he needs most is not even like the norm. Because of his trauma, he needs it more. When they connected to like, I believe the mom kept the dad away from him.
Yeah.
Okay. So she being
Natasha.
Yeah.
she's carrying the weight of him plus his childhood, and she's not there yet. So it's like 2x hard on him because she's got to basically mend little Josh and current Josh, and she's like, I don't know. But then when he's gone, I miss him. And he's like, but then when you miss me, then all you want to do is complain. And she's just like, I don't know.
He's like, you just dumping on me.
This is the one thing I like. I don't know. And you can tell she is really trying to just not.
He's like, give me the cheeks, and that's it. It don't gotta be real thought out.
Stinking butt. You need it to stink a little bit.
Do you feel it's effective to always link to your childhood?
I struggle with it, to be honest, because I often feel like there are some things that I'm like, I see the connection. I understand. There are some rejection, abandonment, feeling sometimes of low self-worth. Those things can stem from childhood. Big kind of things like that, I'd be like, yeah, I get it, girl. I understand, I see it. Some things I'd be like, where did this come from? Girl, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I had a mama, I had a daddy. They're really good parents. They tried their best. They do everything right. No, but like, I give them a lot of grace because I don't know what I'm doing. So like, I don't know what to tell you.
You're not going to blame them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be a non-starter for
Once
you.
I had one dude I went to therapist, he just wasn't right for me. After he got past the fact that I ain't here for infidelity, he tried to link it to, your parents and your father. My daddy just died. I'm missing him. Shit ain't going right at work. Let's talk about the current. It ain't got nothing to do with me being a kid.
Look, you didn't cheat
Been
on
through a
Angel?
lot right now.
Yeah, he was like, you sure you didn't cheat on her? Come on, say you cheated.
on
Come on, come on,
And
come on.
I'm finna
Cheat on your
hang up on
diet?
you.
Right.
What do you cheat at?
I-
Tetris?
It's
Besides
besides
my-
the reason. Go ahead.
I was about to say,
Okay,
besides my money story, that's pretty much the only time
There's another one.
me and my therapist have went back into my past. More so, we really focus on me acknowledging my current feelings in situations and me being able to name the feelings in
Yeah.
those situations. And then from there, I can do what I like to do, which is problem solve. The problem with sometimes I feel always digging up what's behind me is she's like, you in a lot of ways have come up with really great coping skills. And if you've done a good job of that, I'm not about to make you feel as though you have not by unearthing
You got
everything.
to get through it.
Yeah, she's like, you have figured out. She's like, I don't know all of your backstory, but I'm seeing how you're handling life, and you've come up with some really great ways to cope through life. So I'm like, yeah, let's not. There's some shit back here, I'm certain, and I remember, and I'm like, yep, that sucked.
Yeah. And also, if you're not that type of person, that therapy won't work for you because you'll be thinking you're wasting your time.
Right.
Hell yeah, you
That's
ain't
why
getting my goddamn money.
Which is also why I almost started, well, actually, I did start a coaching program because what I do like about coaching is that it is more forward thinking.
That's my therapist is a life coach.
Yes, I think that finding out like where you are, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and kind of like what your goals are, I think helps you navigate what you should do. In our relationship, I feel like the emotional part is important because I think for you too. I don't know if you would agree,
Don't
but
put
I'm
me
going
on
to
me.
say it. I know I'm
No.
not going to put it on you, but I'm going to say I think it is for him too.
Yeah, go ahead. You telling the truth, Melissa.
The emotional connection is important for us in our marriage. Meaning, I very much can be like, what's her name? Christy. We are talking about the mechanics of a bed taking up 3/4 of the space. And what I really want to say is my feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to put this bed in here because I feel like this was our second chance and you want to not do the second chance thing. And I had this vision in my mind of what the second chance would look like. And it did include this Murphy bed.
Yeah.
I don't always know how to say that, but I do know how to say this is very stupid.
Right.
That this room is this big and you want to put a freaking Murphy bed. Why do you think that's a good idea? That's dumb. I can say that real easy. So having that emotional connection in terms of like my relationship, I find very valuable. When I'm navigating life, I don't want to talk about
Come on.
that.
That's what I'm saying. You get it, Melissa.
I do want to be able, because for me, because I didn't have a very traumatic childhood.
There you go.
I'd be like, it's not connecting for me.
My adulthood is more traumatic than my
and honestly,
childhood.
I just feel like I picked up trauma along the way.
Right. I'm like, let's deal with this.
Man, I didn't enter childhood with like a bunch of trauma. I just like picked it up and put it on my backpack.
Yeah.
And now I'm 40.
So you relate mostly to whom in here in this series?
Oof, let me go through the thing.
Same thing for you, Kevin, so you can stay awake and answer the question. You too. Who you relate
I don't
to?
relate to none of these
Marcus relates to Dr. Orna.
Dr.
people.
Orna.
I know, because she's still coaching these people.
You relate to her mentor.
Melissa, that'd be like the complex thought process that.
That's why she's
speak of
Christina.
I was going to say I'm
like,
probably Christine the most.
Like the when you brought that example up of like the bed taking up 3/4 of the room, I would just look at that as this is stupid because we got more bed than room. Shrink the goddamn bed. Get rid of it. Why do you feel like that? Because look at it. It's like I don't know. To hear,
She said you did.
times I've heard you and Angel like break stuff down, I'm like, my mind does not go that
I have that
far.
same problem.
It's like a I don't like you remember Jarvis from
Yes, I remember.
like
from
the
Iron Man.
floating ball of technology, and it's
Yes.
just like all this stuff moving.
I get this reference.
I'm a beach ball.
Oh, baby, you are not a beach
It's
ball.
air. I'm talking about like the thought.
I
the,
know what you
emotion
mean.
and everything. It's like it's there. It's full of stuff, but it's air that is full of. What you see blue, you see red, you see white.
No, you more
see
than that,
green.
baby.
So
No.
when y'all this ball, it look like something off the Matrix, like floating, and it's just like all integral and all these different.
See, I get what you're saying, Marcus.
Yeah, but this is what's so funny. Kev is that, and then we get in therapy, and she'll be like, okay, let's go a little bit deeper in your feelings, and it'd be something totally different.
No, it don't.
I believe you, Melissa.
I don't believe her.
I believe you.
And that's why I say I think it's good, at least for us. Don't listen to him. The point is that I can, but it's not always good. It's not always good that I can intellectualize my feelings.
Yes, it is. Don't you say it's bad, Melissa. It's good things because that's what I like to do. It's good things. It's always good things. Love to do it.
It's not always good.
Why is
It helps me when I listen. I can articulate them, but
Angel wants you to be like
sometimes
her.
I
I'm
can
like,
be
yeah, do it.
feel it when I can. Sometimes, and this is what happens often with me, because I can articulate them. Sometimes they come off harsher than I intend.
That's okay. That's okay. That just means they're more vivid in color. Okay, you just said, let me saturate it so you can see
Really
it.
see and understand.
No, that sound good.
And then it lands, and Kev be like, okay, but low-key, that hurt my feelings. I'm like, well, first of all, I didn't even mean it, but like, that is what I said, though.
But then you can say, then tell me about those hurt feelings.
I'm a real
Don't
nigga.
ever. You don't.
Kevin hurt my feelings earlier today. No, yeah, I'm just. I had to do it. I had to do it because I knew that was going to be your reaction.
I gotta pee.
Okay, I do too. Who do you relate to? And then we can be out of here.
I'm Sean and his wife.
I'm Josh.
You're Josh.
Oh, I can see that.
You're Josh.
I'm Groot.
Marcus.
I feel like I'm a third person too.
Nice.
I'm mad and I am also like, stop with this whole go back to my past.
Wait, who are you? You're Sean and Erica.
And Erica and a little bit of Christine.
And a little bit of Christine.
Because I am very, I feel like
You're
accommodating.
Sean and Christine Rising and Erica Moon.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it right there. Did you say yours?
He's Groot.
I can't think of anybody I relate to.
Hello?
Last time we did this, y'all had to give me the person that I relate
Okay,
to.
women, who are the couples?
Okay, we got Brock and Christy,
Uh-huh.
Josh and
Brock.
Natasha, Nadine and Christine, Sean and Erica.
He was Nadine a long time ago. No, I'm just playing. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody. Hey, make sure y'all keep your eye open and ear open for the Tanksley tour.
Is this going to cause an argument tour? There you go, babe. June 11th.
June 11th in LA.
Very good.
More dates coming.
Love it.
That's who he relates to.
That's what I
relate to.
I got you. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of
I can't.
We see y'all later, y'all. Bye.
Bye.